Hello everybody, Luke for the Matties Group once again. Today we are in an entry-level car because we have had an influx of feedback around what car should be a first car, what car should my sales team be driving, and we've decided to go and get a couple of them in this sort of mid-late 20s, maybe touching the $30,000 mark limit at the moment in Australia, and see what the best cars are, see where the value is and what we like the look of. Today we're in a Mazda 3 automatic. It is the Pure, which is their base level car. It comes with Android Auto, it comes with Apple CarPlay, so the tech is absolutely what you'd expect of a multiple $100,000 car all of a sudden, which is fantastic. This car is super easy. It's been out about 6 months now in Australia. We have funded a whole host of them because they are small, they're nimble, they're easy, they're so simple to take care of and service very cheaply. And then they look really nice when you get them wrapped. So we've had a whole fleet of these go out wrapped, ready to go, branded, and they look fantastic. So today we're driving this. It is a new one for me. I have never been in this model of Mazda 3. I've never been in a base Mazda 3. And it looks fairly nice. Very basic. We've gone the base level, so it does come with the cloth seats, not the leather, that comes with the higher Mazda 3 range, the GT. This is a 2-litre petrol. It is as frugal as anything. You can drive around all day and the thingy knob won't move, the fuel knob just won't move. Super frugal. It's got a bit of extended leather. This is the base model. I do like these high window sills while I'm sat in here. A decent driving position. What else do we talk about? I mean, it does everything that you'd expect of it. It's a nice digital dash in front of me. It tells me everything I need. It has, tell you what it does have, it has the heads-up display in front of me that you take for granted a lot of the time, but when it's not there, you miss it. So I've been in here, I'm just used to having a heads-up display. I've been sat in here and I just sort of take it for granted. This is great technology. This wouldn't have been standard on a base level car more than 12 months ago, which is really nice. The best technology available. Android Auto. Do you know what? This is the first time I've ever actually played with Android Auto. I've spoken about it for so long. I've had a little play with Apple CarPlay before, but you sort of know how it's going to work. This is the first time I've played with Android Auto, and it is absolutely, with a touch of user issue, it is absolutely easy to use. And it completely takes out the requirement for any car to have a standalone nav system. Yes, your phone has to be connected. Yes, you have to have your phone, but it completely takes out the requirement for an advanced standalone nav system. And it's great because it saved these car companies so much money. And unless you have got the right tech, you know, some of the European brands have got great tech, saves a lot of the budget cars having to try and pretend what they're not very good at, and they don't need to invest any more in it, so they can invest in the safety in these base levels cars, which is absolutely where the money should be spent. This is fantastic technology. I remember 5 or so years ago when Mazda bought their last Mazda 3 out and they changed the range just slightly to suit. I was really impressed with it back then, and here we are again with the latest Mazda 3, and I think it looks great. I think it looks really good. Come and have a look what I mean about the aggressive front here. This is the base level car. It's got a real angle. It comes out at a point like a shark type. I don't know why I keep saying shark with these cars, but it always reminds me of a sort of a shark fin or a shark's nose. Very different to how predecessors were. I like the grate. It's not over the top. It looks a great car. What Mazda have done though is they've taken the base level pricing up. They used to have a Neo, which was somewhere in the low to mid 20s. Now the base level is the Pure, and we're late 20s. So they've really, why? Because they've stacked the car with heaps of new 5-star safety and technology and APIs into Google, into iPhone and all these different things, which is required. And of course, with these sort of technology upgrades, the price needs to go up. We've got from the back it looks nice. We've got these little LEDs, we've got the dual exhausts. I do like these little lights, these little quad little LEDs in the back here. Boot space is fantastic for a hatch. I always have a look and think, would my dog fit? Yes, I'm not a dog owner at the moment, but I will be again soon. It will be a golden lab retriever, and he would sit in the back here and slobber. We'd have to move this, of course, and he'd just be slobbering all over the place. That's why I personally have to have leather seats, because they're easy to wipe, because he would and will make an absolute mess of all of that. Back in the back. You know what? I'm 6 foot with hair. The hair is just brushing a little bit at the top, but nothing annoying. This is a small hatch car, and I'm 6 foot plus, and I could sit in here quite fine as a passenger. Mazda have been the best-selling car brand in Australia for a fair while now, and it is for good reason. It's because they produce good cars. When they change, when they move a little bit, there's always the haters around, but I don't really have anything bad to say about this. We do a lot of Mazda CX-5s, a lot of them. They're probably our biggest car that we finance, to be honest with you. But it's always nice to see what these are like. I have no issue with recommending these things. Very nice.